A dynamic and responsive seed industry is an essential component of a healthy agricultural sector. Farmers everywhere depend on access to high-quality seed to produce high-yielding and high-quality products that consumers want. Despite commitments by governments to increase supply of improved seed, the vast majority of farmers in developing countries are unable to access advanced varieties. One of the most critical impediments to this access is an enabling environment that fails to support innovation, trade, and/or distribution in the market for seed. This video will walk you through 3 principles necessary to develop the seed industry as a successful business. First, the legal system should create adequate market conditions for private sector growth. Our research showed that many government restrictions limit and control startup and expansion of seed businesses through rigid seed laws and unnecessary regulation without providing a clear public benefit. However, there are some steps that governments can take to support market development and create opportunities for the seed business to thrive. They can establish forward-looking seed laws, which are more flexible to the ever-changing technology process. Specific requirements are better left for regulations, not laws. There is also the need to reduce burdensome regulations on new seed business startup, variety release, and seed certification. For example, some seed laws have an unnecessary requirement for new businesses to maintain in-house storage or processing facilities that can cost up to $100,000. Now, let's move to the second principle for an improved seed sector. Governments must move from control to support for competitive market development through effective public-private partnerships. For the private sector seed industry to truly develop, governments must engage the private sector in a meaningful way on seed policy decisions. A national seed advisory board, with equal representation and participation of the public and private sector, is a good start. In addition, governments can set up jointly run seed service units that can provide support in field inspections, seed labs, seed processing, and business education and extension. Governments must also increase access to breeder and foundation seed by licensing systems through national research institutions, as has successfully worked in Brazil and Argentina. Now, let's address the last principle. Governments must overcome constraints to regional harmonization through increased coordination. Expanded regional seed markets, including regional variety release systems, stimulate investment and increase seed availability and accessibility. But success does not just happen with the signing of an agreement. It requires appropriate planning and funding for individual systems to create regional structure. Regional integration isn't easy. It is constrained by the capacity within each country for regional seed certification and by trade facilitation systems. Some countries need support to improve field inspection, laboratory services, and licensing. And while some countries have strong import-export procedures, others just have a single customs official who lacks knowledge or training. Each country needs adequate funding and the appropriate capacity to improve trade facilitation. The seed industry will only become a successful business in a country that has strong private sector participation. This means governments must put in place a legal and regulatory framework that removes unnecessary barriers and supports private sector-led market development. Better planning and resources are also needed at the regional level to integrate markets and increase seed availability and accessibility across countries. Only then will farmers have access to the quality seeds they need to feed themselves and the world. Now, please move on to the next section to learn more.